Wow, what a win. The Kings win. The Kings win. What a game. What a game. Man, I'm hyped. Kings win 141-137 in LA, in Staples, and soon to be Crypto.com arena. So if you got some Shiba coin, let's go, baby. Shout out to Shiba. Where's my Shiba army? Hey, man, what a win. Shout out to Valley Tire Center. Shout out to J-Lab Studio for these awesome headphones. I'm hyped, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Climb Society. Bringing out all the sponsors, man. Medici Sacramento. If you guys don't know about the best pizza in town, y'all already know Medici Sacramento, man. Go celebrate this win tomorrow with some amazing, delicious pizza. Only at Medici Sacramento, across the Golden One Center. What a time to be alive. Now, I'm exaggerating because obviously the Kings still aren't that good, but they're moving in the right direction, right? That's how a lot of Kings fans think, bro. I'm here to channel your emotions, okay? I'm like this guru right here. I'm gonna channel your emotions, bro. Vince will join us in a little bit, by the way. It's fun. It's fun when you win. Let's call it the way it is, right? It's fun when you win basketball games. Ben Simmons. Trade Fox. What? He named his name to trade Fox, get Ben Simmons? The Oakland Athletics might leave. You heard? Done deal. Where are they going to? Vegas? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because Oakland be tripping, bro. Oakland be tripping. No. Wow. I'll be taking phone calls in. How's everybody doing? Welcome to a live Hype Post-Game show here on the Basketball Zone Cowbell Kingdom YouTube channel. Man. I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you guys. Like, where do we start, okay? What a game. The Kings were depleted. No Harrison Barnes. No Richaun Holmes. No problema. Shemezi Metu gets to start. 25 minutes, 3 points, 8 rebounds, 1 of 5 from the field. Mo Harkless gets injured. Only 8 minutes. So they had no depth whatsoever to guard LeBron James. And, yeah, man, it was wild. I got Vince on the other line. Let's switch scenes real quick. Let's go to the 8th Street. Here we go. Vince, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, buddy?
Oh, my goodness. There it is, yo. How is everybody doing? It's a great time to be alive is what a lot of Kings fans want to think, especially after a win like this, Vince. And I know I'm making fun of it because obviously I'm overreacting, but it's fun to win games. You know how that feels, man. You took the family last game, and you had a damn good time. Winning is something different, isn't it?
Yeah, winning atmosphere is always a better circle to be in, right? I mean, that's what they say. Winning cures all, and as of right now, the team is winning. That's back-to-back wins. We're streaking. We're going streaking. We're going streaking, guys.
And I got the Kings at plus 12.5 on the in-live spread. How about that?
I got Kings plus 7.5 right before the game started. So run that. Here we go. And I had over on 22.5 for De'Aaron Fox points total. Let's go.
Oh man, that's an easy one. That's an easy one.
Like
De'Aaron Fox.
Friday prices coming back my way.
34
baby.
points. He just killed it with your over. Was it over 23?
22.5.
Oh man, that's easy. That's easy,
easy.
Especially with no Harrison Barnes. No Richaun Holmes. You kind of had to expect we're going to need a big night. Like, even if they lost this game, like, he was going to get 23 points tonight. Make no mistake about that. But what a game, bro. I mean,
yeah.
Where do we start? Because this game had a lot of blunders. Marvin Bagley, I think, had a great game, believe it or not. Like a great game, even though he almost, he threw that ball away down in crunch time. But Russell Westbrook never disappoints. I mean, the man will miss a free throw. The man will miss open jump shots, even though from a box score perspective,
He
He
was
didn't have a
awesome.
bad game, right?
He was
51 minutes,
awesome.
29 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. But it's the context of how he gets everything. It's the context of
Mhm.
how he hurts his team on so many facets. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. What did you like about Marvin Bagley tonight?
I tweeted it. I mean, if you want to pull that up, you can. And I tweeted it during the
Let me look
middle
this
of
up.
the in the beginning of the third overtime, right there at the second overtime, because you were starting to see it right as soon as, and I called this right when we heard Gentry was taking over. We are gonna see more Marvin Bagley, whether you like it or not. We're gonna see Bagley, and this is the type of game where the Marvin Bagley supporters are gonna be juiced about this game. They're gonna love this game. They're gonna come out and say, "Look, I told you so. This is why you need to play Bagley." On the counter side, the Bagley quote unquote haters, and I don't view myself as a Bagley hater. I just don't think he's really produced enough to be on the court over other guys. But the quote unquote haters, like myself, are also going to be out there saying, like, look, this was a great game by Bagley. Boost up his trade value. Like that's what you're going to be seeing on both sides of it. So I think it was a great game for Bagley. He definitely showed a lot of energy. I think one of his best moments were, oh,
Yeah,
there it
you
is
did
right there.
say
There
that.
we
You
go.
said Bagley supporters are loving this game. They get to say, I told you so. Bagley haters are also loving this game. They get to say he's boosting his trade value. It's a win win.
It's a win-win
It's a
for
win win.
everybody. You
Like
can't be
that tweet
mad at
real
it.
quick.
I think
Retweet
also
that quick.
I
Retweet.
think it's also good to see that one right underneath it where it's Fox had a game high 34 points. So all of the Fox can't be a guy for a team. Like
Yeah,
definitely think Fox is still a number two. This game doesn't change my mind right away.
right.
But when you
100%.
have players like LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook on the court,
100%.
and De'Aaron Fox has the game high in three overtimes and his team wins, I don't want to see anyone saying Fox isn't the guy in the middle of those types of games. And I know he's going to be in this comment section, so you know who I'm talking to. I ain't going to shout you out personally. I'm not going to out you, but I
Oh,
did
he
out you
will.
on Twitter.
I
So
will. I
it's all
will.
good,
Hey,
though.
real quick though, super, super thankful. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody, but especially my boy Xavier Boys 8. That's his username. Super chat 999. We really appreciate the love, brother. Thank you so much. God bless you and your family. This team will only get better with a better leader. This toughness this team is showing is Gentry freaking amazing. You can tell he's hyped. So shout out to my boy for the super chat and shout out for his true, genuine excitement. We love seeing this, man. We love receiving super chats too. So keep sending them in, man. Uh,
Keep supporting the show, guys. Keep supporting the show. Those super chats go a long way, and we definitely appreciate it.
Vince, yes, you're 100% correct in that both Bagley supporters, per se, are winning today. He played well. Well, let's look at his box score numbers 35 minutes. My favorite stat here is 5 of 5 from the field. Like, that's good. He played within the flow of the offense, something that we don't usually say because when the ball goes to him, the flow stops, the movement stops because he loves to have the ball and just attack like he has tunnel vision. We all know that. But 5 of 5, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 13 points. It's a hell of a game, and he had a lot of good moments in overtime against LeBron James. This game also exposed the Kings in terms of their lack of depth at the wing position. You shouldn't have to put a guy like TD on LeBron or even a guy like Marvin Bagley in those situations, but they played their heart off, and you got to tip your hats off to these guys. They were ready when their number was called. They came in, they produced, they executed, and that's all you could really ask for.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the biggest thing was you knew with no Barnes, and then losing Harkless mid game. I believe to knee soreness, the Kings were going to be
Hmm.
struggling to defend out there on the wing. My favorite thing though that I saw, and this was during the regular four quarters and right off the get, especially with Terrence Davis, the guards were crashing the boards. I think the best I've seen them crash the board
Facts.
all season long. I think Buddy had what 6 rebounds. You saw Terrence Davis start the game, and I think he had right around 5 rebounds. I mean, the whole team was coming out and they were rebounding like crazy, and it wasn't just one person. It wasn't just looking towards the bigs. And I think that's another thing with Bagley today, I think the cool thing about Bagley was that the moment he stepped onto the court, the first play you see him do is grab a tough rebound over three Lakers and then get a foul call for him. Like
Mm-hmm.
that set a tone for me to be like, okay, Bagley came to play today. He knew he was going to get minutes. And I was a little taken back by what Gentry was doing with playing
Awful.
11 guys.
Awful
11
offensive
guys.
execution. Yeah, that's one thing. But I know people are excited about this win, yo. That does not mean that the Kings had a good offensive game. Their offense was stagnant. Their offense was gross. I tweeted this out. I'll show you guys in a little bit. My God, it was terrible today. And go ahead though.
I mean that it was just a big energy thing for me, where the team came out and they saw this as a big opportunity to not only go on a win streak, but to start. I think this is a big momentum builder here, because not only did you beat the Blazers at home, but you beat a big name with a big trio after a huge game by their star player in LeBron James, who just had his best game of the season against Indiana, and you just beat them in LA in a big triple overtime game. And of course, I'm not taking this and saying like, oh, they're taking the next level of their
Right.
game. They finally meshed after two, really good wins over two good teams. But the one thing I will say, I know you're hating on the offense, but the one thing I will say about the offense is they're finally doing the one thing that you and I have been preaching, which is running the ball. I think
Oh my God. Yes.
they push the tempo of this, and Gentry screaming from the sidelines, "Go, go, go," has been a narrative that has been promoted as soon as he took over in that first game. So I like that the team is actually doing that. They're going to need to continue to do that, because with Fox, it was quite apparent. And again, game high 34 points. When he's moving downhill, he's almost unstoppable. I mean, it's incredible how fast he is. I mean, I wasn't really disappointed in the offensive game. I just think when it comes into half court sets, it's obvious. Don't worry about it anymore, guys. It's obvious. Don't fight it anymore. The Kings' offensive sets are garbage, and I think Gentry understands that, and that's why he says,
But he
"Stop
doesn't
trying to
though
set
because
up,
in no, but
push."
he doesn't though because in his post game press conferences he literally says we manufactured good shots, and I'm like thinking to
By pushing
myself,
the ball, though, by pushing the ball, I think you're taking it into a different way, because they manufactured good shots. By the way, they got up the court when there were still 21 seconds
but
left
those are two
on the shot
different like
clock.
aspects of the game though. I mean, playing in transition and playing in half court, like when the game slows down, like today in overtime when possessions counted, you saw god awful execution. I mean, we saw a shot where Fox didn't even get up the shot in double
That
over.
was
Was it double overtime?
It was double overtime. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was rough to
So
watch that part, but
I mean,
that's a half court
why?
set. That's a stopped half court set. That's the difference. Like when you're rushing the ball up the court and there's 20, it's not. It doesn't
Right.
have to be a
Right.
transition. You're saying that they only got shots in transition because they're moving. What I'm saying is moving up fast is like the 5 seconds or less. You get the ball over the half court line when there's 21 seconds left on the clock. You run your pick and it's swing, swing. It was no one stopped moving on offense when the ball was moving around. Play fast, and I think that's why Halliburton had his best game. Halliburton, he had 5 steals tonight on top of having 19 points and I think like 6 or 8 assists. Like when the 2 point guards are pushing the ball and you're capable of using a pick and roll to help those guys move downhill and to constantly get enough swing into where the ball doesn't stop, that's moving fast, and that's when the Kings are at their best. Yeah, they had turnovers. Yeah, it looked sloppy to start off the game, and honestly through the whole game it did get quite a bit sloppy. But when the team needed a bucket, they found it by moving fast. When they do this slow set of play, half court set, it is ugly. It doesn't work, and they just need to hope that they can control tempo in every game, because you're not going to get the Lakers defense on every single night.
So let's talk about some of these tweets that I was tweeting out during the game, and it's specifically about Buddy because I saw a lot of Buddy hate early in the game, rightfully so. He wasn't playing well, right? But as I said, Buddy lives for these clutch moments because he truly puts the work in. The dude is a gym rat. 242 to the world. Shout out to my people in the Bahamas, by the way, man. I'm going to tell you what, Vince. This man lives for these moments. How do I know? I saw it firsthand. The guy is a gym rat, and not only did I see it firsthand, I've had other people in the organization tell me the exact same thing. The guy's work ethic is unmatched. And when you have a work ethic like that, that will trump any talent or athleticism deficiencies. Because when you're an elite shooter like he is and a bad defender like he is, if you have that work ethic, you will be able to contribute to any team in the NBA. And that is why Buddy Hield, by the deadline, will be coveted by a lot of teams. And I mean, the rumblings have already started. But this dude is a guy that both you and I can agree on every team needs, but especially this team. And to think that they may have to get rid of him in a potential Ben Simmons trade if that ever goes down sucks, because the idea of letting go of an elite shooter like him and not being able to replace that type of shooting would be detrimental to this team.
I mean, yeah, he's the team's best shooter. I mean, it's hard to find a shooter of that caliber. I mean, you live by the buddy, you die by the buddy. You need that guy to shoot shots. I mean, for those who you have to, like
And
said,
you
have to-
lived by the buddy today.
Yeah, I mean that was a very clutch sidestep fadeaway on LeBron James to tie the game, and again the intensity that he brought. I think he wants to have the ball in his hands. He's not afraid of the moment, which is really good to see
Right.
out of a guy like Buddy Hield. So I applaud him for that. Again, I don't know who started that saying, but it's 100% true on this Kings team, because he is your best shooter. And he is going to constantly be the guy. When he throws up that ball, you have to just assume it's going in, because he is literally the team's purest shooter. And he's needed. You just have to live and die with that decision making on when those shots come, because sometimes he forces it, and sometimes he has to force it. Sometimes he just does it because he's looking for that shot. So there's a give and take with it. Like I said, you live by the buddy, you die by the buddy. And today you were living. You got to breathe, and you got to see a nice Kings win in triple overtime.
That's right. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe for more content like this, more live shows. We appreciate you guys. So if we got 40 to 50 to 60 people watching, we just have 40 to 50 to 60 likes or dislikes. Whatever you feel like, do it, please, because it helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Shout out to Valley Tire Center, again, on my hat, on the big TV right here, for always supporting the Cowboy Kingdom platform. Vince, what did you like about Tyrese Halliburton tonight?
He was aggressive. He was aggressive both as a scorer, as a passer, and defensively. Again, leading the team in deflections. He had, I believe this is a career high, or I could be wrong. I believe I saw it on Twitter that this was a career high. I'd have to double check that. But he had 5 steals. And I think that's an incredible stat to see. You know what I mean? That's awesome to see. But again, I think the offense worked best when they were pushing that basketball, and both Fox and Halliburton controlled the tempo of this game for the Kings. They continuously moved the ball. My favorite part about Halliburton today was that he wasn't afraid to shoot. And that will continue to be a big thing for me, is seeing Halliburton shoot that basketball, because he to me is a good shooter when he's set. Is it a slow shot? Can he really do it off the dribble? Probably not. You probably don't want to see him doing an off the dribble three-pointer. Mainly, you're probably just going to see more faders, but when he's shooting and he's set, that shot looks money almost every time. So I want him to continue doing that. But yeah, I think Halliburton played great today. I think both point guard played great today, and that's why you got to see the Kings push the ball the way they did and see them be effective in a fast offense the way that they were, was because both point guards played as good as they did in that tempo.
Tyrese had a good game. I mean, 19 points, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc, 5 3-pointers, very clutch 3-point shots
Say
in
that
overtime.
Say that one more time. 5 of 9 from where?
5 of 9 from beyond the arc. That is the exact number. I need him to shoot every single game. I need him taking 9 3-point shots. Okay, and honestly, he passed up about 3 of them that he should have shot. And I think they ended up in like bad possessions because he passed them up. And he has that tendency of always, trying to get everybody involved. We get it. He's a great, gifted passer. You cannot take that away from him, okay? but he needs to shoot 9 3-pointers a game, and that was my
Not
biggest
nine.
criticism about him.
Not nine. Not nine. That's a good. That's a big number. 9 3-pointers for
Why?
Halliburton's a big number.
Why?
What do you mean? Why? He's a pass first point guard, and
I mean, he
honestly,
had 9 assists today.
I agree. But that's also in triple overtime.
So how
You know what I
many
mean? So
assists? Okay, so somebody in the comments, how many assists did he have before all 3 overtimes? I'm
I
curious.
just think I just think that 5 3-pointers a game is a good number for Halliburton. On a night to night basis, you want him to hit him at least shoot at least 5. I'm okay if he averages 2.3, 2.4 3-pointers made per game for every 5 shots, so he's shooting just under 50%. But that's just optimistic thinking. Maybe even get to 6 and still shoot like that same around number. I mean, you want him to shoot right around 39% from 3 and just taking them. 9 is quite a bit. I want to see him do what they were doing today, which is a lot of moving the basketball, pushing that pace, finding ways to get Fox moving downhill, Halliburton doing the cross, and then finding the guy out in the corner, whether it's going to be HB on most nights, Terrence Davis, or the guy you want shooting that ball every single time from deep, especially when he's open, and Buddy Hield. So I think 5 to 6 3-pointers per game. I think 9's a really big number for Halliburton.
Buddy's left hand plus drives have looked a lot better. Tyrese freezes from time to time and doesn't have that space creation yet. And that comment comes from JDC6. Awesome comment, nothing but facts. Buddy has improved a lot in terms of attacking the basket. He's been self-conscious of that, and that has really helped him get layups this year. I am very curious to know how many layups he took last season. I don't think he took more than 10. Like, I don't. In 82 games, or was it a condensed? I forget. And whatever amount of games, I don't think he had more than 10 layups last year in a half-court set. This year, he has surpassed that. He's attacking the rim at a great rate because defenses are overplaying him. They're attacking him. They're hard-edging him every single time, and he is taking advantage of that. And I've literally told him that so many times in person. Dude, you need to attack. And if they play you high, take that one step in and take that mid-range shot. It's working. He's self-conscious of it. He worked on it a lot more this offseason. Good for him. Tonight, he finished the game with 25 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 8 of 21, 3 of 13, but 3 massively huge threes. Man, what a game by Buddy Hield. Matt Boren said, Buddy Hield has big you know what as a tweet. So that was good to see. Terrence Davis gave the Kings that chuckers energy, right? Like he went in there chucking stuff all the way around, 1 of 9 from beyond the arc. He is not afraid to shoot the ball. 4 of 15, 13 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. He played his heart off, man. The Kings win. But the guy is a chucker. You got to love it. He has that mindset, and I love that mindset because that's what he is.
Hey, you got to come in there. You got to try and prove that you deserve to be on the court. He was diving for rebounds, and he was shooting that thing. And some of them didn't go in.
Only one of them went. One of 9.
Hey, look. Some of them didn't go in. You shot you miss every shot you don't take.
Facts.
You miss a lot of the shots you did take today, but yeah, don't worry. You'll have another opportunity if you keep playing aggressive. Yeah, I think this is. It's not even. I know this for a fact. That was Buddy's season high in assists. Was that 6? Previously, it was 5. So that's
this season.
Good. Yeah, this season.
Okay. Yeah, that must have been. But last year, he had a few games where it was like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 assists last game. Last season. So it's good to see him back in those.
3 for 13 from 3-point range for Buddy.
But he made like the 3 biggest threes of the game.
Yeah, he did make some big when they needed it. Like, hey,
don't go there. Don't go there. Hey, Tyson.
We'll save it. We'll save
it towards the end of the show, man. Man, we got to put videos to all this stuff now because
I've been saying that.
I don't know.
I'm tired of the trash talk you be doing in front of these people when we meet them. I had to put it. And now there's people in these comments section that's gonna back up everything I say because now they know it ain't no lie. You better start making these videos.
Oh my god, everybody
We'll talk
knows
about it
I
more
am
later. We'll
a
talk about it more
gamer.
later. You know, you
The
already knew it was
Kings.
coming. As soon as
Yo,
you said what you said, you knew it
I
was
was waiting
coming.
for it.
I wasn't
The
gonna say
Kings.
nothing until you said what you said.
I set you up for that. All right,
You did.
The Kings team just beat the Lakers with James, Westbrook, Davis, and Melo. LOL. Fox El Lobo says Hallie and Fox offensively looked good tonight, but bad defensively, especially Fox. He just lets guys blow by him with ease. Hey man, let's talk about the bad as well. I don't know if I tweeted that, but I was so frustrated with De'Aaron Fox today defensively until like the very, very end of maybe double overtime. But the first overtime in the first four quarters, my man was just awful. And to me, it was more of an effort thing. I think he was very tired. That's still no excuse. He was letting dudes buy him so easily when we know when he tries, he stays in front of them. And, he's not as good as Davion, but he can do a great job defensively, sliding his feet. And he was awful tonight. And we got to call him out on that. Great offensive game. Huge reason why the Kings won. But we got to hold him accountable. He's the franchise player. He is a hell of a player. And yes, I would prefer. And the big news today was, Jake Fisher tweeting out that the Kings would not get rid of Tyrese or De'Aaron in a Ben Simmons trade. And I pretty much called cap on that because, well, you guys know why, and we keep talking about this every single show. Like, what would be the optimal duo per se if you had to get rid of one of them? And I've always said it would have to be Tyrese for a lot of reasons. And De'Aaron Fox, as you guys saw my stories on Instagram, that is why you don't trade him for Ben Simmons, straight up. Because you want to build around Fox and Simmons if that ever would to happen. Because it would be a great thing to have two Robins on your team. And that's okay. Because two Robins on your team probably gets you into the playoffs. And then from there,
Robin, make a Batman.
yeah, like, no, it doesn't. But like, two Robins, I believe, gets you into the playoffs. Like, these guys are 25 top 30 players in the league, right? So I think that gets you into the playoffs. And then from there, you retool, and potentially one could be used in a trade to get you over the hump. But you build that culture that you need because right now you're still a laughing stock league wide. So you want to win games, kind of take that Utah Jazz approach, that Portland Blazers approach, and trust me, Kings fans would rather lose every year in the first round than be a subpar garbage team every single year. So you retool, you find different ways. You hope that you get that in-house improvement from your players, and you just approach it that way. Because if you want to go full rebuild, which I've seen comments like that, you cannot go full OKC because you haven't made the playoffs in 15 years, and that would be detrimental to the business aspect or the business side of everything. Like, if you market to Kings fans that you're intentionally losing, if you think it's bad now, oh my God, like, fans for sure wouldn't show up.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's you're at a point now where I don't know if they wouldn't show up. I think you just definitely hear that frustration of here we go again. We're already 15 plus years into this drought,
They wouldn't show
and
up, bro.
I mean,
I'd be surprised because right now they're empty. Like the upper level is empty.
yeah, but I mean the talent hasn't been there. There's a lot there. I mean, it's been early in this season, and you've already had a coach get fired. You've had a player come out and say their frustrations. You've seen a team get blown out and beat. I mean, like, you're at the point now where the Kings' offense was just so horrible. Now they're back to a 2-game win streak over two significant wins. I mean, things can change in a hurry when you start winning games. But I do think you're right in terms of getting a Simmons obviously makes sense, and we're gonna probably keep talking about it until there's news on whether or not Simmons is gonna play this
Right.
season or if a trade is gonna happen. And again, I don't know if you're gonna hear anything about that till like December 15th or maybe even February, and when the deadline actually comes around. But yeah, obviously, in my opinion, I think if you wanted to build for purely the playoffs and even for the future, in my opinion. I mean, it makes sense. You want legit building blocks, and Fox is a building block piece. Is he a number one? I've been saying this. I don't necessarily believe he's a number one type of player. And does he still have the potential to be it? Yeah, maybe. But as of right now, from what we've seen, especially this season, I still think he's best utilized as a number two. Ben Simmons would come in there and automatically be the Kings' number one best player on the court just because of what he does defensively and how he can orchestrate an offense. So you would want those type of building blocks to build around, and it makes sense to do a deal if you had to break up the duo. And that Jake Fisher article, I think multiple people came out and said that that's old news, especially after how this season has uh,
Hmm.
been laid out to us early. So I definitely think a Simmons deal is what everyone's looking at. I think a Jaylen Brown deal is going to be like that secret one that's possibly going to just sneak up on us. I'm not saying
And
for
they
the Kings,
lost
but just
today too.
that's why.
Like
And they
they
were down by
lost today.
30 in the first quarter. I think they were down by 30 in the first quarter. In the first
And they
half, I
were
mean, it was
up too,
bad.
bro. Like they were up by 5, 6, 7 points in the fourth. I took the Spurs at +6.5, and they won the game. I was like, holy! I wasn't expecting to win,
Yeah,
but
they were
oh
bad.
my
The
gosh!
Celtics
I
were
mean
bad
that
all
that team
game.
is a your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. It's awful to watch, man. And someone got to get traded, and it's gonna be
They're gonna be
Jalen.
smart though. They're not gonna trade that duo though. I think it's just the sneaky one that would happen. But if I'm the Boston Celtics, I'm keeping that duo and trying to find ways to make it work by getting
If I'm them,
other pieces.
I would love De'Aaron Fox and Jason Tatum together. I'm just saying.
I would trade Marcus Smart. I would trade Marcus Smart and try and get some shooters and a real point guard somewhere. I mean, I would try my best to go get like a Melton from Memphis or just someone that can provide a spark for you at that point guard spot because Marcus Smart ain't doing it, man, and Dennis Schroeder really ain't doing it either.
Yeah, our buddy Noah will be at the game on Sunday in Memphis. He says, "Will Holmes or Barnes be available?" We don't know yet. We won't know until that day, probably. And then he said, "With what happened tonight, doesn't look like Ja will be playing anytime soon." Great point.
No.
Prayers
Yep.
go out to John Morant. You know, we wish him nothing but the best. We hope it's not very serious. We don't know. He tweeted out saying it's in God's hands now, I think, or all I have to
It
do is
came out
pray now,
it came
right?
out that it's a knee sprain, so they didn't see
Okay,
anything damaging yet, but they're going to do a more closer look at it tomorrow, but early
okay.
signs show that it is just a sprain and the severity of the sprain will come out tomorrow. But yeah, he's looking like he won't be out. Early reports coming out of the
Four to
Sacramento
six.
Bee no. Early reports suggest for the Sacramento Bee that that Holmes will be hopefully traveling to meet the team in Memphis to be at that game and be available to play. There's hope that both of them, both Holmes and Barnes, will be available on Sunday, but those are just early hopes that they can play there on Sunday.
Well, I'll say this: if one can play, I'd be happy, but I wouldn't push it too much, and I would save them for Tuesday's game. And again, the Kings are in no position to save anybody because the Kings are a bad team, but preferably just because I know they're both banged up and the way Harrison Barnes plays down the hill, very physical, I would like to get him an extra game of rest because we know a very angry Laker team will show up on Tuesday, and you're gonna need Harrison Barnes to be at his best because LeBron James is coming in with like that we're going to war 300 type mentality that I've seen in person and literally next to him. Like when he was on the Cavs, I was on the floor and the way he motivates his guys, bro, it's like he's going to war, like literally. So I expect nothing less from him on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think on Sunday, going back to the Memphis game, just because I'm looking like dead ahead to this next game this weekend, I think a big key factor in that game is who's going to be strong enough to keep up with Steven Adams. And I'm
I'm not worried about him.
in No, it's just to keep up with him because if there's no Richaun Holmes, I think Richaun Holmes plays it just because his ability to move around. He's going to get a ton of rebounds down there. But if the Kings don't have Holmes, Tristan Thompson versus Steven Adams intrigues me just because Steven Adams or Tristan Thompson's more of just like a jumping in wrecking ball. I don't know how that will work against a Steven Adams, where I'm also interested to watch the game is also that Jaren Jackson Jr. And if we're going to continue to see Bagley in this lineup, which I've been calling it again, I'm going to keep saying it. I knew this was going to happen. I knew Gentry was going to play this guy. I am so excited to see what Twitter and what showcases on the floor between Jaren Jackson Jr. and Marvin Bagley. Guys, we're going to finally get to see what everyone's been talking about. Why did this guy get paid and not this guy? Look at their per numbers. We're about to find out on Sunday, so I'm excited to see how that comes to fruition.
And if anyone knows me and followed me during the 2018 draft process, you guys would know that I had Jaren Jackson number 2 on my big board, and I'm super high on the kid. I think injuries really have derailed him specifically because when you compare Bagley, and again, this could sound harsh, but when you compare Bagley and him, they've both been very injury riddled players, but one has made an impact on winning, and which is the reason why the Memphis Grizzlies have had some type of success, I would say, with John Morant and Jaren Jackson. But when Jaren plays, and he's healthy, that's a different type of ball team. He's that good. He impacts winning in that way. And he was a lot better defensively as a prospect, but he has shown just different signs. Like this dude was coming off like a double stack, pinned down, like as a center, like shooting threes, like fadeaways. I was like, bro, it's funny how Tom Izzo doesn't allow his bigs to really showcase their skills in college, but Jaren Jackson is the truth. And Jaren Jackson defensively, like his instincts are really good as well. So I'm excited to see that. And as Vince said, just a preface to that matchup, y'all will see there are levels to this, right? And again, it's not a knock on Bagley, but there are definitely levels to this.
I
Jaren
just
Jackson
think
is a stud.
I just think with Bagley, the thing that Bagley has over Jaren is rebounding. I mean, Bagley is a tremendous rebounder, where Jaren is kind of subpar. I mean, he's a below average rebounder. I mean, he I think last season he only averaged 5, and this year he's only averaging like 5.5, 6. So his rebounding never really gone up, and they've even been using him as a center in Memphis. So I don't really see where that's even a comparison, because Bagley's going to always out rebound him there. But if you look everywhere else other than that, Jaren Jackson's a more complete offensive scorer. He can beat you in a post move. He can do a pick and pop on the 3. He can hit a mid-range jumper, and he knocks down free throws with consistency. On the season, he's shooting like 90% or 88%. Like, the guy's a stud. And then defensively, he moves his feet very well. He's good as a help side defender, better than more of just. He's not the best on-ball defender. He moves his feet well, but he occasionally gets beat. But he's a great help side defender, and he gets you 2 blocks per game. He protects the rim, which is one thing Bagley really can't do. So that's why I always give him the edge. I would rather have a more complete offensive player that actually plays good, impactful defense, rather than a player that's just looking to grab the rebound and push on offense and then stops the offense. So.
Right. So for the people that want to join the conversation, I just put the link in the bio or in the comment section. Make sure you click on that, and we'll put you on the screen. We'll have a nice little talk. We'll not have a long show today. We're already 38 minutes in, but definitely let's try to end this soon, because we got to do this again on Sunday. And tomorrow will be a long day, early day, whatever, man. Vince, is there anything else that stood out to you today before we take some calls?
I mean, my big thing is don't get overexcited about
agree.
a win like this. Obviously, like a win like this in a triple overtime game is definitely exciting. It's also good to see
But if
that the
they
Kings
lose
are
on Sunday,
stacking wins.
like Kings fans will turn on this team. Like it would be detrimental to the confidence of this team. Like if they lose with no John Morant and they beat the Lakers, bro, it would be awful.
Yeah, again, this is a great win. It's a big win. Be excited about it. I was excited watching it and seeing that the Kings' fast pace was working against this team. But I mean, just don't get excited about it, man, because the Lakers have struggled all season, especially defensively. We've seen them give up huge leads to worse teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder, who they've
Right.
lost to twice already this season. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
a good. Again, I said it's a great win Fox had one of his best games of the season. Bagley had one of the best games. Everyone on this team had their best game of the season. You're not going to get that on every night basis, on a nightly basis. So take it.
Your
Take a
boy
little bit of a
Seabass said,
grain of
"What
salt.
the fuck? Don't get excited about this."
I'm
That's your biggest fan, bro. He's questioning you now.
questioning all you need to, bro. I mean, I'm just spitting real facts here. That's it. I- I'm not gonna get excited over the Kings beating the Lakers. I mean, I'm excited that they won. It's awesome to see it, but you have to not think of it as the season's over. We didn't make the playoffs. The Kings are
Yeah.
still under 500, and they have a
Yeah.
game on Sunday where now they're going to be favorited with the star player out,
Yep.
and I still don't even know if they are really going to win that game. So
Facts. We don't.
I, I am be ecstatic. This is great to see, but I'm looking at this game as what worked and what I want to see continuing forward, which is I like the fast paced offense. I like that they're over half court with 21 seconds left and they're doing a higher screen so Fox can move downhill that allows you to get the ball out to Halliburton where Halliburton's allowed to cut toward the free throw line and swing at it and swing, and they're moving constantly, and you see your guards because the team doesn't have enough bigs to be getting a ton of rebounds. So are the guards like Terrence Davis are crashing the board. This was the best rebounding I've seen from the guards all season. This is what I've been asking for because the Kings don't have enough bigs to be playing out there that get enough rebounds. So I'm taking that. I'm leaving this game saying, wow, the Kings got a big win. Now let's replicate what was successful in this win and try and bring it Sunday against the Grizzlies that are now probably going to have their heads a little bit down and maybe come out a little bit sluggish. But again, they got some nice backup point guards over there and they got some nice players, so it's definitely not going to be an easy win.
Right, and we need another game from De'Aaron Fox where he imposes his will, he sets the tone, and this team needs this version of Fox. We've seen it last year. After 20 games, he starts to turn up the Jets. We're seeing it this year again. He's turning up the Jets. That's not a good thing that he waits this long. And I don't think that he waits. It's just how it's transpired the last 2 years. But we need him to be that leader that I believe he can be. As of today, though, he is a Robin, and I hope he proves me right about me putting out I put it into the world, man, put it into existence type of LeVar Ball thing that he will one day potentially become a top 10 player. I think he has a talent. The odds are against me in that take, but and who knows, man? I mean, if he puts up 34 points for the rest of the year, I think the Kings win a lot of games, man. I'm just saying. It doesn't seem like nobody will call in today. Just real quick about the Lakers, though. Holy smokes. I don't want to hear no excuses from any Laker fan, bro. That team is not very good right now. And the roster construction is just god awful. It's just
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, sorry. I'm looking up stats for De'Aaron Fox just to put into context how much better he has
Okay.
been. So over these last 4 games, he's been averaging 37 minutes per game, a little bit more than that, 22.8 points, 4.8 assists, while shooting 45.5% from the field, and his usage rate is almost back up to where it was at the end of last season. Last season, during the 2021 season, he was a usage of 30.8. As of right now, he's at a 28.6. So he's trending back up in that right direction. The one thing we were definitely missing was those fourth quarter moments and him knocking down shots. I think a big factor in his success today also was that the 3-point jumper went down early in that first quarter. His first shot was a bailout three. Even if it was a bailout three, he's got to see the ball go in off of a jumper. I think that just carried momentum again, moving downhill, and he's just a downhill player. The usage is going up. The field goal percentage is going up. I definitely want to see it just 2% higher. I mean, if you can average 47.7% last year, we need to get you back to that point. But now from what he was 33, 35 for the first 15 games or so, now he's back up to 45.5, getting to 22 something points per game, 22.8 points per game, and almost 6 assists with that high usage. That's something you're going to want to continue seeing trending in that right direction. And again, I think Gentry, knowing that the team is lacking bigs and him just continuously yelling, push the ball, is going to be a benefit. Whether I don't know if it's not even I don't know the half court sets. I'm going to repeat it again. The half court sets for the Kings are horrible. As they're not playing fast, they look like a wrecked car. They look like a train wreck, a walking dumpster fire. They are
Right.
horrible. But when they're moving fast, and again, I think this is what Gentry knows. When they're moving fast, that's when they're best utilizing all of their assets. So I hope that continues, and I think that's where Fox is going to be used best, and hopefully that means more wins. Because look, guys, the Kings struggled. They're still under 500, but they're still right there for the play-in game. So a lot of potential ahead.
Yeah, the play-in game is very realistic, regardless if this team was struggling or not. Just look at the standings. Just look at how teams were struggling. There is a lot of balance in the league right now. Like, there isn't, like, besides the Warriors and the Nets, everyone's having issues, man. Teams are losing games. The Jazz lost today to the Pelicans. I had the Pelicans -1.5. I got screwed by half a point. I was upset about that. But, you know, it is what it is. That's why it's called gambling.
Yeah. Kings currently right now. Hold on a second. Cut that music real quick. You ain't gonna get off that easy, Leo. Hold on.
Okay.
You ain't getting off that easy. We got 60 plus people watching us right now. First, before I get to where I want to get to, the Kings are only a game and a half out of the 8th seed, or out of the 10th seed for that playing game, just below the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they're also a game and a half because they're tied, both the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, for 9th, right? Oh, take that back. I'm sorry. That's the Grizzlies are also tied. So they're only a game and a half back of just the 8th seed. The team is still in it. It's still so early, guys. Like, that's why I'm saying if the Kings can figure out that pace is their best asset, there's still so much potential. It just needs to transition to continuous wins and figuring out what is working in all of these wins. And it has been tempo, and it has been guards crashing the boards. Now, with that out of the way, because you wanted to turn on the music and you're trying to cue it, I'm not going to leave these people hanging. I know what they were wondering about. What was Vince talking about earlier? Why did they say they were going to save it for the end? It's because when the shots need to go down, your boy was making them, and he was making them on Leo's head. He called me out, guys. We played twos. And I got them
wait,
buckets.
you were making them on me or on Tyson? Wait. You're making them on me or on Tyson?
I made it on both of you because when I made it on Tyson, you came after me and said, "You're lucky you didn't do it on me." So I got to pick.
What?
You want to one?
That's a lie, Tyson.
Hold on.
Tyson, please call him out on this lie. Like, he didn't score on me. He didn't score on me.
Can I have a little story time, please? Just because I get to gloat about this for a second because now I get to.
We beat you twice.
Right.
We beat you twice. Tyson is a high school kid. Give people context, though. Give people context. You're a grown-ass man.
I'm going to.
Go ahead.
Can I do a story time, please?
Go ahead.
Story time. Once upon a time, we all went out to a game that Leo posted on Instagram. Check that thing out. Again, Cowbell_Kingdom. Follow him on all social media platforms. We went out to a basketball game on Thanksgiving, and we decided to play 2-on-2. Came out of these last couple games. It was Leo and Tyson versus me and
who is a big contributor to the comment section.
Perfect. Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome supporters. First two games, Leo has 17, 18, younger high schooler, senior on his team, and I'm playing with someone I don't know. So we're both pretty. I'm playing pretty passive. I'm playing, normal. Guy over here with that Cowboy Kingdom sign above his head starts talking to me, saying I'm a practice shooter. And that, easy dubs.
And you were struggling. And you were struggling for sure.
Next game we win. Game 3 comes in, we win. And
so you just ignore the first two games.
You won the first two games, but we made the rules.
How though?
First one to win.
How do we win it? Listen. If you go see a story time, say it right. Go ahead.
I just did. We were playing twos. First team to win 3 games wins the series, right?
We smacked your ass twice.
Okay, you said it right. We played the first 2 games. I'm playing nice.
How many threes did I have?
Passive.
Wait.
Had a lot. Look. You had a lot.
Okay.
You had a lot. Let me tell my side, then you can rebuttal because I get to tell this story time real quick. Hold on. Look, first 2 games I'm playing nice, super nice. I'm playing distance. I'm letting people shoot. I even tell Tyson can confirm this. There were times when Tyson had the ball. I'd say, "Go ahead, shoot it, bro. I don't mind it. Go ahead, shoot it." Then Then after this game all happens, they win the first 2 games. Leo comes out and he starts talking like easy win. I'm the best player on the court. Blah 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 blah
I mean,
blah.
I
So
am.
game 3 comes out. Game 3 comes out. They basically said they took it off. They were tired. Next game, 4th game. Now it's 2-1. First one to win 3 games is the champ. Game 4 comes out. They're up 7-2, 7-3, and Leo has the ball and he starts talking about, oh, gentleman sweep, game over. I told you I'm the best one on the court. Gentleman sweep. We come back. They don't score again. The score is 11-7 at the end of that one. Now it's tied 2-2. Game 5. Winner takes it all here. They bump the points to 15, right? Final score is 15-4. Game over. Doesn't matter. He was judging my range. I put it on when it mattered. So yes, Leo was on fire. Dude was cooking in the first 2 games. But guess what? Like I told him and like Buddy was doing it just tonight, I don't care if I miss every single shot. When the game is on the line and there's something, whether it's money on the ground or a series to be won, I'm gonna win it. So yeah, you won 2 games. I applaud you. You were on fire. You were cooking, bro. But guess what?
I mean, I was on
Who
fire
came out
every
on top?
game, but
But
we
who
didn't get the
took it?
ball back because there was a
Who
huge
took it?
so like that's my rebuttal. So let's give context. If I would have
So
had the
you're
ball
blaming
more
a
possessions,
commenter. You're blaming your fan. You're blaming a commenter. You're blaming a supporter.
I'm not blaming it. I mean, Adrian is also a supporter, but he's also a grown ass man, and he was the mismatch. You weren't even playing that good. Period. Like Adrian was
Over though,
hitting.
I helped. Me and Adrian took over.
Adrian scored all your points.
No,
Adrian
he
literally hit
didn't,
like
bro.
6 threes.
So did I. What did I do? We played to 15. If he hit 6 threes, what are you talking about? He did not hit no 6 threes. First off, I'm throwing dimes
Oh
like I'm
my
Halliburton,
God.
and then I'm shooting threes, and I'm getting compliments from you. Oh, that's smooth. Oh, that's smooth. And then because
On
Tyson
one
wants to
possession where you
and
really
then-
did get Tyson, like you like
and I-
destroyed Tyson on
and
that
then
one
I had to
play.
do-
But you
and
were
you guys
struggling the
called
whole
me-
like you were struggling the
I was
like the
just
whole
shooting from
series.
deep. I was just shooting deep the whole time. I was trying to play nice. You were the only one started to talk. I was being quiet the whole day, bro. I was being quiet. Tyson, get in this chat, bro. You have your teammate in this section right here. I see him talking, bro. Get him on the call, bro. I need
Oh
this
my
on watch,
God!
bro. This is
Stop
good.
it! Hey man, all I know is we gonna put a damn video together, and
Thank you.
that's that because
So it's a
come
Special
on,
Olympics.
man, come on. Okay, so
So it's a Special Olympics.
oh man, so
I
yeah.
love comment sections, bro. Fucking roast me, please. I'm sorry. Just roast me. I don't care. I really don't. I am a Special Olympics
Bagley's
basketball.
trade value is going up. Yes, it is, Mr. Cardenas. It is going up, and we love it. It's going up by the second. So, Detroit, Troy Weaver, if you want him, give me Jeremy Grant, man, and we'll give you 2 picks along with Bagley. Let's go. And who knows? Maybe if he plays super well, we might only give them 1. Who knows? But as of right now, I don't know, man. I'm not taking 2 games. I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt. If I'm Troy Weaver, let me see if Bagley can put a string of games. Because every time he has 2 good games, he has 3 bad ones. 1 good game, 4 bad ones. So
I can't stop laughing at the Special Olympics comments and then everybody else saying I'm out because they're only talking about their pickup game. I'm sorry. And then I see Tyson, the very last one. Nah, bro, we're running it back, bro.
you gotta love the confidence. You gotta love the confidence. That's my
Guys,
boy Tyson,
if you guys are in the comment section joining right now, because I do see that it's like fluctuating. If you're just now coming in, we're like an hour already into this stream. You guys missed it. We were about to end it. I just had to make sure that this wasn't forgotten because this just happened yesterday. I wanted to put it out there because I told them all that this was coming out today. So I just wanted to stay true to my word. Special Olympics.
Yeah. So how do you pronounce your name? Is it Iwi Tuzan or Let me know in the comments below, bro. So pretty much we played a game at the park at one of the new Kaiser Permanente and King's courts. There was 3 courts unveiled this past week. They had the whole ribbon cutting ceremonies, and it was amazing art all throughout these 3 courts. Renovated, they put the nice glass NBA courts on there, and they had the Kings logos, and they have this young artist, a local artist, awesome guy. Can't think of his name right now, so I apologize, but he did a hell of a job. And they showed that on the Jumbotron on on Wednesday against the Blazers. And we have a call. All right, man. Let me see. Buddha. What's up, Buddha?
Nice. Get us back on topic, Buddha. You don't need to hear about how I won, bro. It's all good.
Buddha, can you hear us? Can Buddha hear us? No.
No, I don't even hear him if he's talking.
No, he's not talking.
You can hear me?
Buddha. There he is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up,
Yeah.
bro?
What's up, bro? Chilling, man. Chilling, man. Yo, we got that win. That joint was crazy, boy.
Man, how
Oh
you
my
feeling,
God.
bro?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling amazing, man. Fox, I feel like he back, bro. He look like he back. But it feel like that it was gonna happen anyway because that's how he started off before. He can't keep doing that though. He gotta string together some game stuff and show like some consistency for. But it's a good start right now, so I'm ready to rock and see what them niggas gonna. I mean, them dudes gonna do for real. But my fault, man.
On the streets, baby. We talk however we want. No,
Yeah,
you're good, bro. You're good, man.
yeah, bro. Shout out to Bagley though, man.
Hey,
Cause yo,
shout out to Bagley, bro.
he was
Shout,
locking down Brian tonight and OT for real. He played great D on him. I was like really impressed. Like, shout out to him, man. Keep doing that.
Hey, effort always looks good. You put effort out there in minutes, man. It's always gonna look good. Like I said, for the supporters, this is an "I told you so" game. This is an "I told you so" moment. For the haters or for the people that want him gone, this is a
Yeah,
boost
keep
in
proving us
trade
wrong,
value.
man. That's
It's
what
a
I want you to
win-win,
keep
and
doing.
it doesn't matter as long as the Kings win. So I applaud that. I applaud that effort, man. You got to shout him out. This is a great game for Marvin Bagley for sure.
Yeah, that's 100, brother.
all right,
Let me
brother.
let y'all go because you been there for a minute.
I appreciate you, Buddha, for calling in tonight, dog. We gonna end this very soon, brother. Appreciate you.
No doubt, man. Continue doing it, man. I love y'all, man.
Appreciate you, dog. All right, man. Great stuff there. Uh, hey, Seabass is turning on Vince. He said, "Yeah, stay on topic, man." Vince's biggest fan, man. He's
Hey,
turning on him.
Nah, man. What do they say in that movie, The Dark Knight, bro? They love you until they can't, or you're loved so much until you turn into the villain. It is what it is, bro. I support everyone that is either on my side or not. I mean, I like actually talking to people that have opposing views of me just as much as I like to talk to people with the same.
Facts, me too.
You know what I mean? So I think it makes me smarter, opens my mind. If you can convince me to go another way, if you can convince me that Marvin Bagley should be on the floor with real facts or real stats or real video that shows that he makes improvements, then by all means, bro, I'll be open to that idea of saying yes, this number 2 pick should be out there. I would love to see why. But I mean, there's nothing that's gonna change my mind currently right now after one game, other than for me to say like it was good to see Bagley. I knew he was gonna get minutes. I just want to see this type of continued effort of him playing within the offense. That's always been my biggest issue with Bagley is he completely stops the ball. So you applaud that. I mean, because again, today it was the first play you see is him jumping through 3 Lakers to grab a rebound. It's him driving down to the basket. It's him moving his feet defensively to guard a guy like LeBron. I mean, I just think his effort came out today. It was a big moment, and he knew he was going to get minutes. As soon as Harkless went out, no Holmes, no Barnes. I mean, the minutes were there for him to take, and he took a big advantage of it. So I applaud him.
That's funny. Seabass says we should be talking about the. And we talked about the game for like 40 straight minutes, bro. And then at his prime said, "Quit playing bass. Just call in." No, it's not a "I told you so," and let's channel the emotions. Let's temper the expectations. It's
This
2
is an I told you
games.
so game. This is an I told you so game. For sure. After the game that you saw in Portland, he hit a dagger 3. and then
I
to
mean,
see a
last
big
year when
game
he
like
had like his career high 30 or 22 points in 22 minutes, he followed up with 4 points and 2 points respectively. So
no
it's
no
not
no
a I
no
told you so game. No, it's not because I've seen this
no
before. No,
no, but that's
no.
what
Historically speaking, we've seen this before from Marvin though.
I get it. What I'm saying is this whole season through these early parts of the games, it's where is Bagley? We want to see Bagley. Why are you not playing this guy? Why are you not playing this guy? So to see him come in the last two games, hitting a dagger three, and against Portland to get a win, and then to see this type of effort in a triple overtime win, this is the moment where all of his supporters get to come out and say, "See, I told you he should be out there." And this is where people who are kind of against him, and I'll be honest, I'm one of those that's not a huge fan. I'd rather continue seeing Metu. I thought Metu played great today too. We haven't really even got to talk about him, but I think
He
Metu
really
played good.
did.
I think a lot of people just hustled today, and Bagley got to be a huge benefit of Harkless, Holmes, and Barnes all being out, and he took big advantage of those minutes, and he looked good when the team played fast. When the team got in the half court sets, and he should never be an inbounder. That should never be a thing, by the way, ever again.
Oh my
But
God. Like, why was he inbound? I was so scared for my life. And he finally turned it over. I was like, well, there's the Bagley I thought I was going to see. And, like, he did a good job of actually inbounding the ball forever. But I was scared, bro. I was like, stop putting him in those situations. Put Tyrese in there.
yeah, that should have never been a Bagley. And I get it. Like, they were probably trying to be like size so they couldn't jump up and down. But you had the advantage. Like, get the ball into a smarter person's hand on that inbound, especially when you'll have the ball in those closing seconds with everything on your side. And then you basically are about to give up a turnover and a Russell Westbrook foul. I mean, that was a questionable call. But again, Bagley had a great game. And this is an I told you so moment for all the Bagley supporters. And this is man, we just got to see a big boost in his value. And again, this is all showcase games until the trade deadline comes and we see whether or not he's on this team. So I applaud him. I think this was a great game for Marvin Bagley. I'm not going to turn my attitude toward a different way or like my view of him differently. Like he should be a starter or anything like that. But hey, if he can play well and the Kings continue to win and you see this type of effort, again, I applaud it. It'd be awesome.
Exactly, Seabass. We beat the Blazers and the Lakers both games. Bagley has been a factor. Yes, this is an I told you so moment for Bagley. In my opinion, Gentry has his trust. Yeah, it's 2 games. We'll leave it at that. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope he continues this, right? That's one of the biggest things for me is consistency. I think the league is too smart to base things off of 2 games or off of 3. You need to see this for 10 games in a row, 15 games in a row, that type of consistency, especially from a number 2 pick. But closing thoughts, man. Kings win 3 major overtimes. They were down, I think, 7 at one point in a overtime. They combated that. They came back. Buddy had big moments. Fox had big moments. Fox's mid-range shot, as I told you, Vince, is nice with it. He showed it all night tonight. It was really good to see that. I'm exhausted. It's gonna be a big game, big day tomorrow. Y'all find out why. Check out the story. It's gonna be a hell of a moment tomorrow for the CK family, man. Yeah, that's gonna do it, y'all. If the Kings lose on Sunday, all this was in vain. This hour that we spent gloating about the Kings, it was in vain because they cannot lose to the Grizzlies. It's a must. It is the biggest. It's the biggest game of the season for them on Sunday because it'll show us one huge thing. Do they want it this year? Because you cannot follow up with the loss without John Morant. I'm sorry, just no way. Take care of business. Treat them like the Pistons. And beat them up at home.
Yeah. Again, big win. Take it a little bit with a grain of salt, just because not everyone's gonna play up to that potential. Especially, I mean, I wouldn't expect that type of play from everybody. I don't expect triple overtime minutes for everybody. But it was a great win. Take what worked in these last 2 wins and stack it. Yeah, I know that's a big motto for them this year. So stack that to a game where you're gonna probably be the favorite against Memphis and. Yeah, man. Let's see the Kings come after it and set the tone early, because with them moving fast, it works. When you have a Ferrari as a point guard, don't keep him in second gear. Don't keep him in first gear. Keep that thing fully pinned in fifth. Let's see what happens.
Thank you guys so much. Again, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. We'll see you guys on Sunday. Peace.